It's actually real. Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections or Storm 5. It's real. Well, kind of. So this is kind of a random video. I don't do them like off the cuff like this where I report on news or anything, but a new Storm game is a pretty big deal. It's been rumored for a while with all the sort of like obtained the IP of Storm Connections. And today we finally got a trailer to see what Storm Connections actually is. And it's not exactly the Storm 5 people were thinking it might be. You know, a complete remaster, overhaul of graphics, maybe different gameplay mechanics, whole new roster of characters, especially from Boruto. Why don't I stop talking about it and we'll just watch the trailer together. I'm gonna try to be critical in this video. I won't just dunk on it completely, but I think you'll see why in a second why a lot of people, and myself included, are kind of confused on why this game is set to exist. All right, here we go. So it is for the 20th anniversary of Naruto as well. Relive the epic moments. Okay, so I won't pause too much for this. We'll just say just completely recut and connect it into one. So like the cutscenes and whatnot, the story itself.
I'm not gonna lose, you hear me?
So OG Naruto, so Storm 1, it looks like. I wonder like how much of it it'll actually cover. Into Shippuden, of course. The thing is too, like, you can recognize like a lot of the fights that we've done before, like the fight inside the Nine Tails, the horrendous fight against Kabuto that took me ages. That boss fight did.
Always love you.
I love how they threw that in there.
In front of everyone and bears all the pain.
So like I said, heavy emphasis on the relive. Naruto versus Sasuke.
Because we're friends.
Battle. So to an extent, if there's one thing that comes out of this, that it sort of revives the online community, I think it'd be cool because I wasn't around in terms of like the anime game community when Storm 4 released. So I think it'd be cool to kind of hop into connections with a very active player base. So that's one benefit. But I mean, if you haven't noticed, it doesn't look differently from Storm 4. Like, it's the same graphics. There wasn't an overhaul or anything of the graphics. It's the same looking mechanics and everything. I don't know if they might have made like minor tweaks here and there on how it works, but me personally, I thought Storm 4 was one of the most fluid like fighting games that you can play. So I mean, it's not really necessary to change anything except for, like I said, maybe the graphics, make it look a little bit nicer, maybe like it is actually like a sequel series.
Don't underestimate the will of fire.
I'll settle this.
Is that's not Jiraiya, is it? Am I going crazy? Ninja Shinobi War, 4th Great War.
Here I go.
I do like this though, like to an extent. Storm 1, I feel like a recreation of that would be kind of nice because I mean that was a bit older, and Storm 4, although it did include a large majority of Shippuden, we haven't seen stuff like I'm blanking, Zabuza and Haku for a while, like that whole, I guess, story arc.
Here I come, Hinata.
From here forth,
And then we finally get to the Boruto portion, which is 30 seconds.
history will be spun again.
I know Boruto wasn't the most popular, but that was sort of like new content that they had to work with in terms of the Boruto story and characters like Kata.
And so began their journey on a path with no end.
Storm Connections. Naruto and Boruto Storm Connections. New ninjas join as playable characters. See, now at this point, I thought this was going to be a lot of flexing in terms of like characters that they added into the game.
Perfect order.
And we see Indra and Asura, which is cool, right?
My frail little brother. No. I do not wish to fight you, elder brother.
Okay, I wanted to include this in the video because I did not see this as I was recording or like checking out the information on the game. In another description, I don't know where this is from, it actually does say, furthermore, a new original game story will also be available in the game. So I'm hoping that means that aside from them cutting together the 4 original games, this means that there will be its own story. That's what it sounds like. It says, please stay tuned for more information. So I guess we'll have to see where that goes. And while this is a really good sign, especially for, like I said, creative liberties for the game, it makes me nervous that that wasn't really included at all in the official trailer big reveal for this, which makes me think it's not really a main focus and might be just kind of a throwaway mode, if you know what I mean. That's why we definitely will need more information on that side of things before we're really able to tell. But it's obviously taking the backseat to the remaster and whatnot. Anyways, if I speak on this the rest of the video, just know you have this information now going forward. Now, this is kind of cool. It's like, okay, they've kind of like remastered it to an extent. I don't want to call this a remaster because, like I said, it looks the exact same as Storm 4. But some of the stuff stuff from like Storm 1 and 2 maybe could look a little bit nicer, but you can probably see why a lot of people are kind of just like at ends with why this exists, because the only new content they really showed off in this was Indra and Asura in those 10 seconds at the end, aside from the fact that they've collected all the games together and it says for the first time. But I mean, I tweeted about this, I saw it pointed out in the comment. Ultimate Ninja Storm Legacy already exists. Now, I never played Legacy, so I don't know the full extent of what it all collected, but on the PlayStation Store, it's $70 still, and says that it collects all 4 Storm games into one breathtaking collection. So it doesn't put them all into one game per se, but it collects them all together. Collection includes HD remasters of Storm 1, Storm 2, Storm 3, and Storm 4. It's the entirety of it, like it includes the Road to Boruto portion. So if Legacy exists, that kind of begs the question of why is Connections being added? Aside from the fact that they can retain their rights to the IP, I guess make some money off chumps like me. And again, I don't want to be too negative on this because I'm always rooting for anime games. I want them to get better and better and better, but I'm kind of having trouble figuring out why they made this. And I was hoping that by creating this video, I would get like some discussion going, especially in the comments, maybe healthy discussion about what could be done better and why they might have released it in this fashion. And I don't want to just talk like I have no ideas or anything, but I recently checked out Storm Revolution the other day. If you're not familiar with Storm Revolution, it's sort of like its own story type game where it has like an original arena fighter. You pick who you want to play as. There's like a free roam area and everything that's all just brand new. Like it has this entire overarching thing where I guess some creative liberties were actually taken. And that makes me think like, why couldn't they have done something brand new with Connections? Because we've seen the Storm games created. We've seen Naruto recreated through the Storm games before. And there's so much they can do to take these characters and throw them into this brand new world where the player gets to explore and maybe experience something brand new. There is also one more thing I wanted to point out that I forgot to while watching the trailer. It says PS5 and PS4, PC, Xbox, nothing else is anywhere to be seen. So I guess this is a PlayStation exclusive on top of everything we already know. I mean, even Shinobi Striker still gets these regular updates with DLC, new characters added, and new maps even, like original maps. I checked out the Naruto Baryon Mode DLC, like I posted it a couple days ago, and it just shows, I guess, like the potential there is. I wanted to read some comments off the official video that was posted by PlayStation 2. This is one of those games that keeps getting re-released, but I hope that the Six Paths Brothers can still be DLC for 4. So one of the top comments is literally just wishing for DLC for the game prior to this. I feel like this could have been DLC, like exactly like the Momoshiki DLC, depending how many characters get added. And that's the thing too, they've only shown off 2, and I imagine it's way more than that, especially considering the official description reads features new playable characters in addition to the 124 ninjas from past series. But why only show off 2, especially considering a lot of this has already been seen before? But again, I don't want to dunk on it too hard. There are people like Douglas Fowler so excited to play through it again, and I probably will, admittedly, because I love Naruto as a series and I love anime games in general. I hope to an extent they do add some story from Boruto, and again, like I said, I know that the story of Boruto isn't that as popular with everybody else as it is people like me who do watch the series, but I think there's a lot of really cool moments that could be added from the anime. Hada members specifically, a lot of them have such unique abilities that would be really fun to play as, and I honestly thought those are what the characters that were gonna kind of be shown off in this. So I don't know, to end off, I'm trying to remain optimistic, but it is hard whenever this is kind of what we were shown. Maybe future trailers will give us a better idea of content that has been added, or I guess remastered. But let me know your thoughts down below on Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.